I want to talk lastly about Jenson. She is the coach that's now taken over for Iowa. Man, she is sharp. Man, she is sharp. I understand now why Lisa Bluder didn't want to come coach in the WNBA.
I think the best way I have said it is, I think anybody who's, you've been your own boss or when you're running something, right, is you have a really good, typically a right hand and a left hand, right? And Lisa, I think she'll tell you she felt really good about myself and Jenny Fitzgerald. So as long as Lisa and Jen and I had worked together, that was 32 years.
Right.
So Lisa and I, we would have been together that long. So there was a lot of shared responsibility, right? Like we talk about a big issue and, we were all throwing in our opinions. But at the end of the day, I understood that.
All right. She's had a team with her, Lisa Bluder had, for more than 35 years. Jenson, 30 years plus, she's been with Lisa Bluder. And she gives head coach vibes, Jenson does. She gives the vibe of, I can take this over. We're going to miss Lisa Bluder, but she has been in a position and she's been ready to take it over, but she was loyal to Lisa Bluder. And so to expect Lisa Bluder to leave her system, that's what got her there. Her system, and that was Jenson, who's been with her for decades. Decades. That's a long time. And so she's been with Lisa Bluder for this long. And so now Lisa Bluder leaves. And of course, everybody's like, bring her out of retirement. It's not that easy. She had a system there. And I understand why she didn't want to come and coach. Because she's not going to be able to bring her system with her into the WNBA because they got another job to do. All right? So you got Jenson over here with Iowa, and they're actually winning. But they're actually undefeated as of this particular session. They are undefeated. And so she talks about how they had to coach Caitlin Clark and how she was difficult to deal with. And they gave her a little bit of special treatment.
Yeah, that was the fun part. And I feel so fortunate, and any college coach will tell you, some of the special ones, you really find them early. And that was a rare one because I heard about her in junior high, saw her 8th grade, 9th grade. So it's been about a 5-year process.
Right.
So, getting her was just such a blessing. She could have gone a lot of different ways. So you have a lot in the tank with her, right? And we just always had a great rapport, as did Lisa. But, I did a lot of the lead recruiting.
Sure.
And, she always kind of had, that little attitude at times. And especially in high school, that could be hard to manage or really support sometimes because you weren't used to it. But I'd watched her so long that I could get the fact that, I would say she was in her 4th year of French and everybody was still just trying to master English, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe They were saying we, right? So she was always playing at this level where the others couldn't get to. A, they weren't skilled enough because she was so great. B, they didn't love it like she did.
Right.
So she had all that going on. Plus, she needed to be refined, right? And her high school coach did a great job. Kristen Meyer's her name. Her family's awesome. And I told Lisa, I said, if we get her, I said, I just feel like we got one job, and that's to tame her, but never break her.
Right.
Because you don't want to break that spirit of, that kind of, it reminds you of kind of like a horse, where they will flare up sometimes.
Sure.
And, Lisa said too, you never want to say whoa to a racehorse.
Right.
So that was kind of our mantra. And then when she got here, it didn't come without its moments, right? And she'll tell you that too. You had to have some knockdown dragouts of like, no, that's not acceptable. Sometimes as a coach, we had to kind of looked the other way where, the rest of the players were like, what?
And she talked about how advanced Clark was to the other players. And so, but they had to work with her in a counseling type situation.
So we had a lot of those types of conversations, and we would show Caitlin some film individually of her mannerisms, because she was acting in a way that didn't just support what she was thinking, because her actions could make you feel small.
Sure.
And so when she started to come at it and understand that we all have to give, we all have to change, then it really began to happen. Because she just, when she throws her arms up, it's just like, catch the effing ball. And so, just catch the ball. I mean, that's, or they're right. Like, oh my gosh,
you know it's coming. You know it's coming.
Yeah. She throws it too hard and she's mad, she doesn't like me. And so you got these reactions. So I'm like, Caitlin, if you want to win, you're going to have to change this, and you're going to have to get them to understand, because it's not golf. You still need the other four.
Right.
And that's what a lot of people need. A lot of these players, all of these players should have that, where when they make a mistake or they do something that is counteractive to what they care to see happen, well, somebody's there to point it out and say, okay, so this is the film. Let's take a look at the film. And you did this. So if you made this kind of motion, how do you think that made your teammate feel? And so if you remember when Caitlin Clark came into the WNBA, and she talked constantly about, listen, I'm just trying to do what I need to do so that my teammates trust me. I need my teammates to trust me. And she had to do a lot of work on self to be able to be at that point where she says, I need them to trust me, as opposed to, I don't care whether they trust me or not, give me the ball. No, she had to mature. And they did a lot of work, and Jan was one of those main people who worked with her on that, what I call the spiritual side, the self-mastery side, the taking a deep look at your own energies so that you can get the results that you're looking for. So, man, we're going to put the link in the bio so that you all can go and take a look at that video with Jenson. It was a beautiful interview. Also, we'll put the link in the bio for the interview with Stephanie White as well. But yeah, I see why Iowa is doing well, because they got a coach who's ready. She is head coach material. She is sharp. So I wish the Iowa Hawkeyes a lot of success. Wish the Fever a lot of success. And Caitlin Clark, I look forward to some updates on your new team. Your new team that is capable of handling the job of the Caitlin Clark brand.